dear friends. Today I'm going to talk about an very interesting topic. It's about, let's guess, it's about housing and householding. This is session 1. You are here with me, Iman al-Rashidi. Welcome, and let's start the fun. Like we said, today we are going to talk about houses. Houses is where we all live. It's very comfy and warm in the winter and can give us very, very safe home. Okay, so let's start. Let's see how about how the differences between houses we live here and outside in the countries, the different countries, or the different shapes of houses. Let's start with talking about the houses in around the world and the shapes of the houses. Let's start the journey. Okay, the first one, some people and most of people live in this type of houses is apartments. Apartments. Yay, apartments. Apartments is one flat in many flats, and like we see here, like as we see, we have many flats, like this is the first floor, and this is the second floor, and the third floor, and the fourth one, and the fifth. And we have last one, we have one window. Okay, so this is the flat. The flat or apartment is, the flat is inside the apartment. Apartment is your flat inside the big building. So this is apartment. You have here, this is your apartment. This one, you have the fifth apartment. Someone lives in the first floor or in the second floor. So he or she or any of your friends live in the first or in the second or in the third. This is called apartment. So let's take another one. This is as well apartment. So we can see here apartments have a different shapes and a different looks. In the last one we have apartment, a little one, but this is wider and lots of windows and lots of doors and here 2 trees. Okay. So my home is in an apartment. So I live in an apartment. This is a new one. This is a mansion. 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 This is totally different from apartments because apartment is a small flat in a building, but mansion is different. You have here the whole house is yours. This house all is yours. You have here garden and trees and so many windows and so many floors, only in one home. So your home will be this one. You will live in any rooms you choose. So a mansion is a little castle. So when you say mansion, it's small like castle, but it's not a castle. It's a small one. But it's all wide and got a pretty view like this with trees, or you have pool inside your mansion. And here there is a garage for your car or your mother's car or your dad's car. So this is a garage. So mansion used to be for those who like last decade they were the mayors, the government men. They used to live in this, but nowadays we can have mansion and we can live in mansion. Mansion. Everyone knows this. This is a castle. A castle. Have you ever watched Cinderella when she loved the prince and the prince lived in a castle? Here the sunny is funny. Castle used to be the governors or the kings and queens houses and homes. So we don't have like normal people, they don't live in castles. So castles were for governments or the kings and queens and prince and princess, of course, like we see Rapunzel and Cinderella, Snow White, like this. So this is a castle. A castle. It has a wonderful view, like you see. It's a big garden. It's a field, actually. So you live in the field, and you have a castle, and you have a magnificent view, and the sun is funny. So this is a castle. Yeah, a castle. Let's take another one. This is a castle as well, but we here see a prince and princess. A castle. A castle is in Arabic, of course, a castle. So the castle is for queens and princesses and government, of course. No one can have a castle in his own. So this is a castle. I live in a castle because I'm princess. A castle. This is a very interesting one. I'm an American Indian. You remember this? You remember these movies? American Indians? يعني الهنود الحمر. Everyone knows this one. So they used to live in this. This is TP. TP. This is a house like a tent, but this is not a tent. يعني مش خيمة. So this is not a tent, but it's open from up. It has like one hole in the upper up, and we only have this one like a door. It's so small, like a small door, but it's with fabric, of course. It's not wooden to be a door, but this is fabric, يعني قماش. So the teepees for Indian Americans, يعني الهنود الحمر. They used to have this, but nowadays they live in buildings, of course. But they used to live in there. So this is a teepee. Yes, teepee. Oh, this is as well. I live in a teepee. I'm an Indian American. Ooh, like this one. You get neighbors with a very colorful. You have here yellow and brown and purple and red. It's very colorful. You just have only one brown color. So this is a teepee. I live in a teepee. I live in a teepee. This one, I myself wants to have this one. This is so fun. Here we have a car and attach it to a house. So we have here a trailer house. يعني بيت مجرور بعربية. So this is a trailer house. You have here 3 windows and a door, and of course we have bedroom and bathroom, and we have kitchen and a lot of things ongoing. So if you want to do anything, anytime, you take your car and go. You already have your home, so you don't worry about where you're going to sleep tonight. So this is a trailer house. A trailer house. Trailer house. I live in a trailer house. I wish I do. Here, someone is very happy because he had a really good time sleeping here. Okay, so he's sleeping in his trailer house, small trailer house, and the other one is cleaning his house. He got a door and a window, and this is like the smoke. And we got flour. So we have here 2 types of trailer houses, either this shape or this shape. But trailer house attached to a car, any car. And this is called chimney for the smoke. But this is a small one because it's attached to a trailer car, not the big one in the houses. So I live in a trailer car or a trailer house. Yay! Tent. This is a tent. يعني خيمة. I live in a tent because I live in a desert. Wow, I live in a desert. Here, got a magnificent view. And here, they hold it in the sand, of course, they don't have a floor. They put it in the sand to really stretch it, and they live inside. Khema. Tent. 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 Here are different tents. This is a circus tent. Everyone enjoys the lion show and the clown show and the magician, of course, show. Here in the circus, we love circus and we love to see the girls who jump on the roofs and a lot of fun stuff. So this is a circus. I work in the circus, so I live there. I work in the circus and I live in a tent. Here, this is a different kind of houses. This is a hut. A hut. A hut. A hut is small houses being in the garden, in the field, like a garden house or a farmhouse. You can have this one in your farm. So you don't have too much. It's the woods and some grasses and some grapes or something. So you live in a small pieces of wood, and this is much more to be in the farm. You see, you don't see it in the cities, of course. You see it in the farm. So this is hut. Hut. Yeah, another hut. I live in a hut house. I live in a hut house because I live in the field. I live in the field. I live here. I live in a farm. Yay! So I live in the hut house. Yeah. And I live in a hut house. This is a boat. In a boathouse. This house is very, very amusing because you put it, of course, in the sea. So you are in the sea and the view is beautiful and you're already home. So if you are going to any other coast, you will go and you drive your boat and go to a different coast, see your friends who already got boat houses like you. So this is boat. We have here window and window and a door. But of course the door won't get you out the house. The door will give you the backyard or something. But this one is like the door and stairs that you will go down from it to the shores. Boat. This is boat. Boat. I live with my dog in a boathouse. See, he's having fun and he lives with his dog. Yeah, he's a captain. Yeah. I live with my dog in a boathouse. Yeah, boat. Boat. This is igloo. Igloo house. Igloo house. Igloo house is only for those who live in the ice, in the cold places, in very, very, very ice cold places. Like you see, everything is ice here. So you can't have igloo like that. You can't have igloo in your house or in your backyard, but you have to be in the cold, very, very, very cold weather. يعني igloo بيت متلج، بيت التلج. Igloo, igloo, igloo. Igloo house. Here. So, very, very cold, very, very, very cold. So, he's wearing everything he got. He's wearing a very, very heavy clothes. See? Very, very heavy and lots of clothes. So, he lives in an igloo house. And here's as well as a real picture about people live in the ice or in the igloo house. I live in an igloo house. Igloo house. This is log cabin. This is log cabin. This is a type of houses that is small and it's also in the field, like a hut house. But the hut house is totally different than this. Here, everything is wood. Everything is wood from outside and inside. So this is like a wooden house, but it's called log cabin. Log cabin. See, he got a chimney because he got smoke and they're cooking something. They take it out of the chimney. And here we have 1 window, 2 windows, 3 windows, 4 windows, and 1 door. Okay, so this is this house called log cabin. Log cabin. Log cabin. Here, different story, different pictures, a different picture about log cabin. Here. This is a bigger, more bigger than this, than the other one. He got 1 door and of course 3 windows. And of course it's in the field, so it's called log house. Log house, like we see, it's all in wood. Sorry. So we have 1 chimney. 1 chimney, of course, it's not wood. It's concrete. I live in a log house. I live in a log house. Here, it's a farmhouse. A farmhouse is different, a little different than log house. and the hot house. Hot houses is a very, very, very small houses. And a log house is a little bit bigger, but farmhouse is very big. Not very big like the houses or the mansions, but more bigger than log houses and huts. Farmhouses, from the name, of course, it's a farm house. So you have to live in the farm to have the farmhouse. So we have here farm, of course, we have trees and fields. Here they planted with flowers and some with small trees. So you have to have a tree. You have to have a field and a farm to have a farmhouse. So we'll take a small break now. It's a prayer break. Welcome back, my friends. Let's start again. Okay. As we stopped in a farmhouse picture with the farmhouse picture, so we will continue from the farmhouse picture. Okay. So as we said, farmhouse picture is you should have the farmhouse picture in the farm. So you have farm, you have to have farm to have a farmhouse. Okay, like we said, you can't have like a mansion in a farm, so it won't be a farmhouse. So a farmhouse should be in a farm to call a farmhouse. Okay, so we have a farmhouse. A farmhouse. I like to play in the farm. I like to pick the flowers for my mother. I like to pick a lot of roses for my family, and I like to play with my sisters and brothers. Farmhouse. This is farmhouse. I live in a farmhouse. Yay! I live in a farmhouse. Here we have ducks and chickens and little chicks and the chimney with a little house. Farm. This is like a house. This is not a house for people. This is like a store, or the chicken lives there and ducks, of course. So you put your animals inside this house if it's a rainy or it's very cool. So I like to play with my duck and the chick and the chicken, like just last time. And here is tree. Wow! And this is another picture about the farmhouse. This is like a backyard for my farmhouse. Here we put the laundry to get dry, and here we have lots of pretty roses, and we like to water the roses, of course, to stay green. And this is a pigeon with their small eggs. So I live in a farmhouse. I live in a farmhouse. This is a tree house. A tree house is not a house itself. So you don't have like a bathroom, or you don't have a kitchen inside the tree house. The tree house mainly for kids, so they can get to play with each other and with their pets. Of course, there is a cat here and a small dog, or this is not a dog. This is like a hamster. So they live in the tree house, but the tree house, they are not a big house. So they are only playing house. So the tree house is a playing house. So, like you see, you should have a tree, of course, to have a tree house, because you put your house above the tree. So, my sister and I playing in the tree house. We spend the whole day playing with each other. The other one, I'm hiding and I'm playing hide and seek in my treehouse. So my sisters and brothers, so they can't find me anymore. This is a treehouse. I have a treehouse. I have a treehouse. We have here a different places around the world. So here, like you see, these people are Africans. They live in Africa, of course. So they have coconuts and bananas and lots of pretty stuff. And they have houses. Their houses made from mud. They build from mud and straw. Here is straw. Ashufin. They burn the mud and make houses, small houses with straw. In here, a little girl holding water and another boy playing around the river. This is African house. This is African house. African house. This is American Indian. Like we see, we review the other American Indian, they live in a TT. Of course, this is a TT. This one, like we showed before, is a TT. So they have very, very magnificent clothes, and they have lots of things like, I've got a lot of things and wonderful things on their hair. They're using the outside fire to cook their meals, and lots of tree and fields, and the girls and boys playing in the farm or in the field. This is American Indian house. This is American Indian house. This is cold country houses. This is mainly houses in the South Pole or the North Pole. يعني القطب الجنوبي والقطب الشمالي. These people live there. It's so cold. And like you see, there is a lot of ice. يعني متلجة وساقعة جدا. No one can stand it unless they wear a lot of clothes. So they have here, like, they covering their ears, and they wear lots of clothes. So, and they are enjoying their time, of course, with playing, skating, and playing with each other. So these types of houses in the South Pole or the North Pole, like the igloo or so. But the igloo is very cool part in the North Pole, so you can't really have these houses. So these houses is a little in the cold, like a little cold country, like maybe Scotland when it's cold, but when you live in the North Pole or the South Pole, so you have igloo houses, the one made with ice. But this one, not so many cold or not so many ice, so you can't build a house from it. So this is in cold country houses. Cold country houses. Here, this is a Japanese house. Yay! Japan got a lot of magnificent trees. Like you see here, like this is called sakura. Sakura trees, it's a cherry blossom. It's